Aquarius and Leo, welcome to an Aquarius experience. This message will be for the highest good for the relationship between Aquarius and Leo. I saw the Hangman, and I'll pull it again if I see it one more time. Aquarius and Leo. Overall, we have a Ten of Pentacles cards that flipped out. We have the Seven of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. So there's a lot of waiting here. There's a focus on remaining grounded and stable. You're waiting for some ships to come in, and you're waiting for something to be harvested. So looks like you have not only actively planted, you have tended to something that should be beneficial for the future to come. So it's kind of just like a long process that you have put plenty of work into. But not only that, you have also put it into the universe as well. So you physically planted seeds. And it could be physical, can still mean like mental seeds that you've planted because you've physically voiced them, communicated them. But then there's also this pushing it out into the universe, what it is that you actually want. So for the both of you, Leo and Aquarius, you both share this overall. And overall, with each other, there is some groundedness in the relationship. Some family, or a sense of family, or a feeling of family and home. Security, love. This might even have something to do with some inheritance or money that has always been there. I saw the wheel, so if that comes out again. Okay, so for Aquarius, we have the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands, you are feeling quite tired, defeated maybe. Maybe not defeated, but you definitely have put in a lot of work or effort or doing for not just yourself, maybe for the relationship, maybe even a larger group, maybe a family or extended members into the relationship. When you have a relationship, it's not just you and the other person. It's you, your circle, and the person and their circle. So you could have overextended yourself and done things outside of your own circle and into their circle. And it's just really weighing heavy on you because you're observant of this now. And if you aren't observant of it, you are definitely getting a physical effect from it. Aquarius, in your challenge, you have the 9 of Swords. This reading is already turning out to be extremely heavy. I am sorry. A lot of anxiety, a lot of restless nights, maybe not being able to go to sleep or waking up in the middle of the night. Maybe you are experiencing nightmares or dreams that just really have gotten to the point where it feels invasive. Like you are trying to not think about these things, or you are trying to generally steer clear from the overthinking, but it still comes through in other ways. You could even feel someone else's dreams coming in your own dreams, as if you're dreaming and they are not thoughts or feelings from your own mind. It's like you're taking in somebody else's imagination. Leo, the Princess of Cups. So while Aquarius is staying up at night and really going through a lot here, Leo, you seem to be kind of stepping into an awakening, an emotional awakening. But you're still pretty timid to the idea. You see a cup full of love. Maybe even it's a potential cup. Maybe it's not even there. Maybe it's just an idea of future love. But you are timid and you are almost afraid of it. For your challenge, you have the King of Wands. In this spread and the way that it's coming to me, I want to say that Leo is having a really hard time not directing their energy into a sexual conquest. There's a lot of love here that the Leo can possess, but they haven't quite possessed it. And instead, their energy and focus kind of goes back into kind of this fiery nature of egotistical pursuits. That's what they stand on, Leo. That's what you feel most confident in. Is pursuing life and approaching life kind of letting not your brain kind of lead the way, not your heart lead the way, but maybe something else leading the way. And just moving on through conquest that way. So you're really having a hard time not doing that. So if you're doing that, I don't know. You are thinking about the idea of leading your life and approaching life in a different way, like a cup of love, genuine compassion, transparency, opening your heart up. However, you're having a really hard time doing away with the old pattern. And that I did have that wheel show up earlier. Mutual energy, we have the 9 of Cups. So mutually, both of you share this equal amount of emotional fulfillment within yourself and alone. Like, I don't need love. I don't need this cup of love. I just kind of steer the ship with my rod. And that's been working for me thus far. And Aquarius seems to just be the type of person that, well, I don't need anybody. I will carry all these 10 rods myself. Carrying everybody else's load, but their own, maybe. Yours too. No, you're carrying your load as well. So you're carrying your load and everybody else's load, Aquarius. And it looks like Leo is kind of just watching that happen. Watching you struggle, carrying the weight of the world. And Leo's kind of just on the outskirts. Should I help? Nah, I just want to sit on my throne and do as I do and as I was doing before. So both of you have this really deep buried sense of, I don't need anyone. I don't need love. I am love, which is true. And, you know, if you need to show up for anybody, you need to show up for yourself with that cup of love. However, showing up for yourself with that cup of love also means that you are cognizant that there should be room for one more cup. There should be room for a partner. Aquarius, advice for the Aquarius. The Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands could mean doing with intentions, doing it with passion. Maybe unloading these 10 rods here, wands, and just taking yours and paving the way on your own, no longer carrying anybody else with you. And that's the way to do it, because you can see here, they're carrying this load, everybody else's load as well, up to this tower, but this tower just doesn't look too pleasant. And then once you get rid of all those other rods, caring about everybody else, and just care for yourself, look at that palace that's up there on the top at the end of that journey. Just let go and release everybody else's troubles, worries, the burdens that they're placing on you. And know what it is that you want for yourself. Carve that new wand or that new rod out and just go for it. More clarification on what this Ace of Wands is. Okay, Two of Pentacles. That's a juggling that's happening. Maybe it could be work, maybe just working on yourself, or it could be your self-work and juggling that and maintaining this Ten of Pentacles, that stability. I need more clarification. The Three of Cups and Five of Wands. Okay. You're gonna meet with this newfound, I don't want to say clarity, but let's say this newfound mission that you have for yourself. You're gonna meet, it's gonna be met with others with, I wouldn't say a combative energy. They're not going to directly say that they're against your idea, but they're just going to be in the opposite environment. Maybe not environment. They're going to be in the opposite energy. So whatever it is that you're doing for yourself is not something that is going to be seen or acknowledged or even understood by others around you. There's a lot of energy around you, and there's going to be a lot of energy around you. And it's really ultimately just being able to carry on with this mission that you have for yourself and your ultimate goal. You're not going to have the support that you want. You're going to be juggling this on your own, trying to maintain your groundedness in this idea, to let go of everybody else's expectations, wants, and needs from you. You're going to let it go, or this is just advised to let it all go and just worry about yourself right now. For Leo, advice for Leo is the High Priestess. Advice for Leo going forward is to definitely try to keep to yourself and work on opening up your intuition and realizing what it is that you're so scared of with this emotional lack, because there's some kind of emotional immaturity that is present with the Leo. And in order for the Leo to really witness and observe themselves and gauge their own emotional immaturity, they really have to step back and within themselves, step back and into themselves to understand where that is coming from, that fear of emotional availability. What's to be expected in the near future for this relationship? We have the Three of Pentacles. So it looks like it looks like there is a high possibility that going forward, if the two of you continue to go forward in this direction where Leo is going to be, I don't want to say forced, but once you see something, you can't unsee it. So the fact that Leo is having a hard time letting go of this energy, this really, would I say charismatic or sexually charged? That's what I want to say. It's not working for them anymore. Instead, they're witnessing the emotional immaturity here. They're actually seeing it and living it. So I want to say, as long as Leo is able to continue tapping into their intuition while remaining grounded and patient with themselves and the relationship, there's a big chance that the Leo and the Aquarius are going to be able to work together for something. And it could be a relationship, it could be work, a partnership, it could be a friendship. Whatever it is that the two of you have gone through, it has really just reassured the both of you how independent you are emotionally. Which isn't a bad thing, and it isn't necessarily a good thing either. More clarification for what it is that you will be working out. You have the Two of Cups, which is often seen as the lovers, drinking from two cups, sharing, having a commitment of some kind or a contract of some kind. It could be you two are going through a divorce, but ultimately, if you guys do the self-work and really work hard to be patient with each other, you are able to work things out civilly, if anything, and in a healthy way, because the Ten of Swords is here. That means anything and everything in the past will be over and done with. The both of you are going to experience and identify with a new version of yourselves. and the relationship. And you have the Prince of Pentacles coming in as well, which is the Knight of Pentacles, which is this very, very slow moving energy, but the sturdiest and the most stable of all the knights that are on a mission and a quest. And they will achieve that mission and that quest. So if it is you two coming together in a love relationship, that is here. If it is you two coming together in any kind of contract or commitment to each other, that is also possible. But it's going to take a lot of patience from the both of you. What's good here for the Leo is that I don't see any outside influences or energies. It's just them kind of dealing with themselves. And even though there might be outside energies, they are no longer affecting their judgment. Whereas the Aquarius, they have yet to face the outward energies and the judgment. And they have to juggle that. They're going to have to face it, juggle it, and still remain confident in how they are moving forward through this situation. Okay, if you've gotten anything from this so far, that would truly make me happy. And until next time, thank you.